Lions fans and all the rest of you. Listen, I know you all have probably read 115 mock drafts, but this right here is the only mock draft that counts. The Lions Den mock draft. We are back for the 2025 draft, which is in 2 days. The first round is in 2 days, son. How are you feeling about the draft, son? I want to say this is the second year. Yes, it is actually the second year that we have drafted down into the 20s. We used to drafting in the top 12. How you feeling about this draft?
And I feel pretty good. Yeah, I obviously we know Brad Holmes. It's pretty much a thing now. He's going to do some surprises. Maybe they'll trade up. Actually, I am expecting them to trade up. We'll see though. So I'm feeling really good about it. The Lions. I mean, yeah, at this point we're just at a good spot in Lions history. We're can't really mess up the draft that bad, to be honest, because we're still a good team. So,
Wait a minute. You're expecting Brad Holmes to trade up?
yeah, I think because he's been known to trade up in the past. I think potentially I don't have that in my mock draft, but I do think there's a chance that he could trade up for a better edge player because I did not like the edge players I was seeing back where I had picked them. But yeah, hey, what's up, bro? Let me know. Let me know if there's any echo though.
No, okay, I will. I'll let you know if echo comes up. You sound good. Okay,
There
just to let you all know, so my son and I like to use PFF to do our mock drafts. That's what we do every year that we've done this. And without further ado, we are going to get started. This year, son, I am going to let you go first. You'll go first, and I'll go second. We are going to start with the first pick which is a first round, which is a I messed up, which is a first round pick, and it is pick 28. And I am going to let you go first, son. After the chime, give us your first round pick.
Do I need to share my screen? I can just say it.
Either way, I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen in the end and just kind of show you my pick. I don't care if you want to do it now. You can. It's all good. Either way.
Okay, I'll just say it. So with the first pick, I got my boy Nick Scorton, Texas A&M. They're loaded with edge rushers. I was watching his film. He's a pretty big edge.
Yeah.
I think he'll be a beautiful help for Hutchinson in the run and pass game. I think he'll Hutch will probably still get double teamed, but I personally think this will force. He should be a day one starter. I think he could probably force other people to bring attention to him. So I don't think he's going to be someone that is getting a ton of sacks per se, but because he's such a big body, he should be able to disrupt the line at least, leading to other people getting sacks, like our boy Hutch and other people.
Okay, I would agree. I like that pick. I consider that myself, but with our first round pick, I went with James Pierce Jr. out of Tennessee. I've done several mock drafts, son, to try to get it right, going off the list I have, and this is a kid that I just cannot get away from. Every time I did my mock draft, it was between him and Gray Zabel out of North Dakota State.
Right.
Who I every time I wanted to take him because I do think that kid, I'm talking about the kid from North Dakota State, the guard, I think he's going to start day one wherever he goes, and we do need a guard, but I just couldn't get past James Pierce Jr. Listen, they say that this is a draft that's full of edge rushers, but after James Pierce at this pick right here, there are some decent pass rushers, but I'm talking about guys that can get in and start right off the bat. He has good size. He's fast off the edge, and I believe that we should take the motto of the Philadelphia Eagles. I think that not only should we draft James Pierce here, but we should bring back Zadarius Smith.
Yeah.
Bring him out on a lesser deal because you can't have enough pass rushers. So that's our pick. So we both went with an edge in round one. No surprise. So now the Lions do have a second round pick. They have one pick in the second round, and I am going to let you go first, son. Who you got?
Sorry, my computer's being a little slow here. Okay, so in the second round, we know that we need. I'm pretty sure we need a guard. So I got my boy Tate. I can't say his last name that well. Tate Rattel Edge.
Rutledge, I think. Something like that.
Oh, yep. So what I like about him is he's 6'6", he's 320. He's only allowed one sack. He's at Georgia, so they're going against some big boys. They got to go against Alabama, Tennessee, Texas, all these other teams. He's only allowed one sack the whole season. He did deal with the injury in 2024, but I think he'll be all right. He's only allowed one sack and 7 pressures, y'all. Over 300 opportunities. I think that's pretty good. And like I said, I think it's almost like you just said. Really, like this kind of the same with the draft. It really doesn't matter. You could go with that guard from North Dakota State. It doesn't matter, or this guy. Either way, I think whatever lineman we get is going to start for us because we need a little bit of help there, if I'm not mistaken. So,
yes, I agree. Now With my second round pick, you actually took who I was gonna pick, but I went with the best value pick here. And this was a pick that this is a type of position I want to get a little bit later, but this kid I like a lot, and I just couldn't pass up on him. Linebacker Demetrius Knight Jr. out of South Carolina.
Okay.
I had to go with him. He is a tackling machine. He's a downhill tackler. Now, he is kind of aggressive. So the report says that he does, sometimes come on bad angles, but he's a tackling machine because I'm thinking that we need another linebacker because remember, Malcolm Rodriguez is not going to be ready until probably November, December, probably.
Right.
And the fact that I believe that this is Alex Anzalone's last year. So we need to get a guy that can come in. And this is the thing. This kid can come in and literally come in and play immediately. He can also help out on special teams. So I went with a linebacker with our second round pick. Now we will move on to the third round where we have one pick 102. All right, who'd you go with, son?
Okay, so in the third round, I went my boy Savion Williams. This is going to be the pick. I always have a gem pick that I really want people to pick. Have you heard of him too?
You about to find out.
Yeah. I want this guy, man. His highlights are there. He's a jump ball god. He's just like who's that? Oh man, sorry guys. There's a boy that we just had that didn't play as much. Oh man, I can't remember his name, but we had a big boy receiver that was like our little budget Mike Evans. I cannot remember his name.
Tim Patrick.
Yes.
Which we did resign.
Okay, see, I didn't know that then.
Yes.
I didn't know that. So I still think that he would help. 6'5", 225, pretty fast. I think he was a return man at one point. So yeah, that's
okay, Lions fans. I got to tell you this: we did not coordinate this, my son and I. With the pick in the third round, I also took wide receiver Savion Williams.
Okay, wow, yeah.
All for the same reasons you did. I think he's 6'4", 225, something like that. He's a big boy. And the Lions need another big receiver. I like Tim Patrick bringing him back, but we need a solid number 3. Like you said, he's a jump ball guy. I think this would be a great pick, and he was a great value there. So, yes, I also went with the wide receiver in the third round. Now we will move on to the fourth round, pick 130, where the Lions only had one fourth round pick. All right, son, who did you take at pick 130, fourth round?
Okay, so I'll be honest, I have not done as much research. That's where I started to fall off, but I got my boy Jack Kaiser from Notre Dame. There's nothing wrong. He's not the best pass defense linebacker, but that is kind of hard to get a good linebacker that can be, amazing in pass and really good in the run game. But what this guy is really good at, he's good at the run game. He's sorry guys, I can't get his height and weight. I had it there before. Yeah, he's 6'2", 231. And I think he can be a good. Does Anselmi play the Mike? Does he play middle linebacker? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Then I think this guy can be a good Will. Then I think he can be a good weak side linebacker. But yeah, I'm not gonna act like I know a ton about him. But yeah, I think he could be a good depth pick for the Lions and someone that could go out there and play, especially while our boy Anzalone's out.
Okay, all right. With my pick for the fourth round, I had the Lions taking interior offensive lineman Miles Frazier out of LSU. This is a kid that I think has a chance to get in and start. Now, granted, he's not. I'm not going to necessarily say that he's Zabel, or one of these guys that might start immediately. But I think that if Glasgow starts to get long in the tooth, let's say in the middle of the season, because Mahogany is probably going to take one of those spots from what we're hearing, this kid can probably fill in. I mean, he has good vibes about him. Their scouting report I read on him is good. So we have our guard. I believe that it's imperative that these first 4 picks, first round, second round, third round, fourth round, that we get players that can contribute immediately. Now, the Lions do not have a fifth round pick, son. So we jump to the sixth round where we had one pick number 196. All right, usually when we get here, we're looking at depth, or we're looking at a sleeper like Malcolm Rodriguez. Possibly, who did you have the Lions taking in the sixth round?
All right, so with this, I got my boy Upton Scout. I'll be honest, he's small. He's a safety from Western Kentucky University. Like I said, he's small, but he can also play the slot corner, which I personally, we can't really go wrong with corner. We Who's our other corner? Carlton Davis still?
Yeah, Carlton Davis.
We got Carlton Davis. We got our boy
DJ Reed from the Jets.
And our Alabama guy. But what I like about this guy is, like I said, he can play safety. He can come up in the run game. Not that good as not the best coverage grade corner. But in my eyes, we already have 2 ball hawks at corner, so I'm not really too worried about that. So I think this guy could help out Brian Branch.
Okay. I'm excited about the 6th-round pick that I took. I took a kid that I like a lot. He came out of a 3-4 defense in Kentucky, but the Lions run a 4-3, or they want or they run like a 52 type of defense. But this kid, I think, can come in to be a good defensive tackle off the jump. Deion Walker out of Kentucky. He's a big kid too. He's like 6'6", 330. And he's deceptively quick for a man that big. I think he can come in, because you also got to remember that Lee McNeil is also not going to be ready when the season starts. And This is a kid that I think could be a sleeper that can actually, like Rodriguez was for our boys 3 years ago. I think that this kid can come in and maybe surprise and start, if nothing else, get a lot of snaps. Now Ozen Ricky is going to get a lot of that time with DJ Reader, but I like this kid. Now we move to the 7th round, son, where we had 2 picks. The first one was number 228 in the 7th round.
All right, so with this pick, I got my boy Cam Horsley from Boston College. He is a little bit undersized, I guess, for an NFL defensive tackle. I mean, he's 6'4", 306. But what I like about him is he has an 87 run defensive grade. And I know you can say, oh, it's Boston College, they don't go against the best schools. But I mean, good players are good players. And when he goes against better schools, he shows out. If you look at it, his best defensive grade was against Michigan State. He really hasn't had many games where he had like a terrible rating. That's Florida State. He had a 72-point grade. So 7th round pick, I think he'd be a good depth player. I honestly, it depends on how he does. I don't know if he would actually be able to start, but I do think even a guy like this could maybe get in the rotation.
Okay. Now I took in the 7th round, I took a player that it is more for depth, it is more for special teams, but he may have a chance to replace I literally just drew a blank. Our safety that just left and went to the Dolphins. Yes, thank you. Geez, I completely drew a blank. I took Maxim Hook, safety out of Toledo.
Okay.
This kid, he's not exactly a big nickel, but he can come in and be a number 3 safety. I think we would have nothing to lose at that point. Now we move on to the last pick, which is pick number 244 in the 7th round.
Oh, okay. So this is kind of I'll be honest, this is kind of like a why not pick for me. But because this guy is a receiving back, I went with running back LaQuint Allen from Syracuse, simply because he's good in pass protection and he's a good receiving back. That's honestly why. You can't really go too wrong with the last pick of the draft or whatever pick we have there. So
13 picks from the last pick. The last pick is 257. That's not a bad pick, son. I went with a pick that probably won't be a surprise to Lions fans that they go this direction. I went with quarterback Curtis Rourke out of Indiana. As I have a feeling the Lions will draft a quarterback.
Yeah.
And this kid was one of the best people on the board. I had my eye on him, to be honest with you. Once we got to the 6th round, I wasn't going to take him there. But with that first pick in the 7th, I thought about taking him. I said, nope, I'm just going to go off my gut, go off instincts, and let's see if he's there. And he was there. I think he could be good. I think he could replace, possibly Kyle Allen or maybe Teddy Bridgewater or I forget the young man just left my mind. That's that was on the practice squad who we kept around out of Georgia. His name slips on mine, but I think he could come in and possibly replace one of those guys. Now, son, before we present our picks on the screen, I did have 9 undrafted free agents. I don't know if you picked any or not, but I have 9 undrafted free agents who, after this last pick, they were still available that I would love to see the Lions get. And I'll run through them kind of quick, unless you have any.
I don't. I only have one.
Let me hear the one you got.
Shoot, I'm gonna be biased, man. I'm gonna say my one. I want to see my boy Stevie Douglas get picked up. If I'm gonna be so real, like a real evaluation about him, I think he's just like that uptown scout guy. He's not as small as him. He's beautiful in the run game. He's not afraid to come up. I think he'd be a good teams player, and I think potentially he could be pretty good on special teams as well. But I mean, obviously there might be a little bias with me, y'all. So I don't.
Okay. It's okay. I'm biased as well. I could be. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I like that, son. I like it. Being a kid who plays, he played ball with you right here in Michigan. I wouldn't be surprised if the Lions brought him in. They usually would bring in a couple of these guys that are local or that played locally. So I have no issues with that at all. But I'm gonna tell you, and some of these guys you probably gonna know, son. I'm gonna run down the guys that I picked as undrafted free agents. I took running back Ollie Gordon out of Oklahoma State because he did not get drafted. Every time I did a mock draft, he did not get drafted.
Yeah.
I think you have to jump all over that if that kid is available.
Yeah.
I took wide receiver Brew McCoy out of Tennessee.
Okay, I haven't heard of him.
Yeah, he's pretty good. This kid I like. Tight end Orlando Gaston out of Syracuse. He kind of reminds you of Pitt down there in Atlanta. He's like 6'5", 246, something like that. Tight end. He's a decent blocker. He can get out there and catch the ball. I like him. I took offensive tackle Issa Poole out of Washington State. I took offensive guard Luke Newman out of Michigan State. This guy actually started out at Holy Cross before he transferred to Michigan State. I not only do I think he would fit in with the Lions, but it's been a lot of whispers that the Lions probably are looking at him in the 7th round. I took safety Dante Trader Jr. out of Maryland. He's a smaller safety. I think he's like 5'10", 198, something like that. But he wouldn't be bad as an undrafted free agent. I took another edge, Ethan Downs out of Oklahoma. I took linebacker Jay Higgins out of Iowa. And then this last guy, I am beyond excited about if they can get him as an undrafted free agent. Defensive tackle Desmond Watson. You know why I like this kid? He's out of Florida. You know why I like him so much?
Okay.
6'5", 449.
Jeez, yeah. What in the world?
If nothing else, I like to just bring him in just to see what he can do.
Yeah, he's gonna get picked up, I'm sure.
6'5", 449.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's this. I think.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
he would probably be the biggest player in NFL history to ever come into the draft. Now, one of the other biggest players, his name slips my mind, but the Lions drafted a guy in the early 2000s out of Wisconsin. He was a tackle, but they moved to guard. He was like 380. His name slips my mind, but like the dude was huge, like 6'5", 380. And this guy is 70 pounds heavier than that. Almost 80 pounds. Actually. Almost 80. Yeah, 80. No, I'm gonna give him to 80. He's this guy. This kid is 70 pounds heavier than that. 6'5", 449. So, all right, let's present our. Let me see if I can get my up on the screen. You are people. That's my mock draft right there. You see, PFF gave me an A-. What's that, son?
They gave you a good old rating. I bet my rating would have been trash. Hold on.
A-. Yeah, they gave me an A-, man. They actually said they like my picks.
I normally have decent picks, y'all. Dang, hold on, let's see. We've been pretty tight, to be honest. I remember we were kind of close last year, I thought.
Yeah.
All right, but I'm gonna share mine.
All right.
Oh yeah, they said they call me I'm garbage, y'all. My first three was where I was real focused. All right, hold on, I'm gonna share it.
No, no worries.
Present. Share screen. Which one is it? There it is. Oh, all right. I don't know is it showing mine? I'm trying to share.
It is. Hold on. Oh, I have to add it to the stage.
That's weird.
Oh, I have to remove mine. Hold on, let me remove mine. All right, now it'll let me present yours. Okay.
Yeah, basically they said.
Okay, let's see. Let's look at yours slow. Okay, go. I like that edge pick. I like that 2nd round pick.
Yeah, I really like my first 3.
Man, I love that 3rd. Yeah, I love that 3rd round pick. Oh, they didn't like Kaiser. Kaiser in the 4th round to me is a good pick.
Yeah, they didn't like they didn't like Cam Mosley either.
I see.
Yeah, so they gave me
right there in the 7th round, the safety Allen out of Syracuse. I mean, pick 244. You don't really have much to lose. But they gave you what was your grade again?
B.
Oh, they gave you a B. Oh, that's not bad.
My lowest grade I've ever got. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna have like a solid C, not even a C plus, but like a C. Well, That was a good. I thought this year was a good mock draft, son. I'll be interested to see if the Lions actually, get some of the guys, saying that we, picked, and, see how it actually turns out. I would be excited to see that. Well, Lions fans, there you have it. Did you all do a mock draft? If you did, share it with us. Let us know how you differ and let us know what you thought about our mock draft. Give us your thoughts on it. Right under my name right there, you see our Twitter/X page. Go over there and give us a follow if you haven't as well. Under my son's name, you see that's our TikTok page. Give us a follow there as well if you haven't already, and you know our YouTube page because that's where this is at. Give us a follow there as well. Did we miss anything, son?
No, I don't think so. Just go Lions.
Go Lions. We'll see what happens starting starting Thursday. My son said that he think that Brad Holmes will trade up. I think that he might possibly trade back, but I guess we will see. Well, that's all we got. And until next time, peace.